Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Birds at the Rodeo podcast. My name is Eric. I'm your residential Eagles fan.
I'm Orlando, the resident Cowboys fan.
And again, this is Birds at the Rodeo podcast. This is where we speak everything Eagles, everything Cowboys, everything in between. We're going to get into some big trades that went down, some surprising trades that went down today, in my opinion.
Definitely.
And like I said, man, this is a podcast where we speak our piece on our teams, anything sports related.
This is episode 7.
This is episode 7.
But this is the first episode that you can see us. I told you guys we'd have video this episode, and I was not going to rest until I got that done for you guys. So here we are. It's nice to meet you all.
Yes, hello.
This is us.
It's finally time to put a name to the faces.
Absolutely.
Name to the voices, face to the voices. Yeah, Jesus, I messed that up bad. But yes, like Lando said, this is the first episode in which we are going to have audio and visual. That's going to be the plan moving forward. So be on the lookout for that on our YouTube channel, Birds at the Rodeo. And yeah, man, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm not doing too bad. I can't complain. Handling a lot of business, just going to work.
Right.
And then just trying to, set myself up for success down the line.
Absolutely, man. I love to hear that. Fun fact, we normally record on Tuesday nights. We started to plan to record on a Tuesday night, and we are recording on an early Wednesday morning at this point. It is literally past midnight at this point.
Like I said, I was not going to rest until I got you guys this video. It took a lot. I thought I told you guys when I told you guys that we'd have video, it was just because I knew what I needed to get the video out in terms of, equipment. And so once I finally got that the last piece of equipment, everything I needed ordered, I kind of said that and then got here without actually testing any of the equipment and actually making sure we were all right. But like I said, wasn't going to rest until I got it done, and here we are.
We're smooth sailing. It's all good. So, hey, man, let's jump right into it. 2 big trades went down today.
Yep.
Devontae Adams to the Jets. Mm-hmm. Amari Cooper to the Bills.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to say this right off the bat. I love Amari Cooper to the Bills. Like, I love that. I mean, I've been saying it all season, right? Josh Allen, he needed a number 1 wide receiver, and he got that in Amari Cooper. I know he's been looking not really Amari Cooper-ish in Cleveland, but he's in Cleveland, or he was in Cleveland, right? Deshaun Watson got off at quarterback, so Amari Cooper doesn't really have a motivation to play, right? His best football. Mm-hmm. Now he gets to go to Buffalo. You have an all-pro talent at quarterback in Josh Allen. You have I don't know if I call the Bills a championship contender yet, but you definitely have someone who's in the mix, right, going to Buffalo. I love that for Amari Cooper. Your thoughts?
I hate it for myself and Cowboys fans worldwide just because it just shows that we as fans are fighting a losing battle when it comes to things like this. The fact that we traded a first-round pick for Amari Cooper, which wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it was a bit expensive at the time. One could argue, but hey, it worked. We did it. It worked out for us. He had great seasons. We had great offenses in those years, and then we let him walk for nothing. We traded him away for a 5th-round pick. Yep. And that situation in itself it always rubbed me the wrong way, simply because it'd be different if he was an aging player who had his worst years coming up. He had his best years in Dallas, and then we got almost nothing for him in return. Mm-hmm. And then he had, similarly, he had a couple years in Cleveland, similar years, and the Cleveland was able to trade him away for a 3rd-round pick. So it just shows that Jerry Jones is nowhere near as good of he's just not good. He doesn't do what the other GMs do. I don't know how he thinks what he's doing is successful, in terms of just the moves he's making aren't.
They're not up to snuff.
They're not up to snuff. They're not on par with the rest of the NFL.
Right.
I remember when it was made public that Devontae Adams wanted to leave. he was asked in the media what his thoughts on the Cowboys acquiring Devontae Adams would be, and he said basically because we just paid CeeDee
Lamb,
that we had our number one guy, and it's like I don't know if he's aware that if you look around the league at the teams that are really good, they don't just limit themselves to one wide receiver. There's plenty of teams that have two good wide receivers.
Yes.
Jerry, we've had two good wide receivers before. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
That's why when we talked about last episode, it's the team building aspect. I solely blame Jerry Jones for that. That is his job. That is his role in the thing. The scheme, that's Mike McCarthy's fault. The defensive scheme, that's Mike Zimmer's fault. The execution, that's Dak Prescott's fault. The defense, that's the individuals. Everybody has a role to play in this job. Yeah. And although I do get that they do influence each other's jobs,
yes,
I'm never gonna look at the influencer more so than the guy that it's like that's their responsibility to handle that aspect of the team. And all across the board, we're just not. Nobody is. I can't. Brandon Aubrey's probably the only person in the entire organization who I can point to and say, "Good job, man. You're doing your part."
Yeah.
So
okay. So, but would you agree that this is a really good move for the Bills?
I guess.
Okay. He's on his soapbox right now.
Congrats, guys.
He's on his soapbox right now.
You have a competent GM.
Yeah.
Good job.
He's on his soapbox right now.
Must be nice.
He's on his soapbox right now.
Traded for Stephon Diggs. Traded for Amari Cooper. I mean,
it's they make winning moves.
No, I will say they do. You say they make winning moves. They haven't had much success.
No, well, winning moves and they make moves to help that actually helps their team.
I do agree. Regardless of the success of the outcomes, they're making attempts. They're making moves that, and I mean, on paper, trading for Amari Cooper, trading for a wide receiver, it's supposed to it's supposed to work.
That should help.
If it doesn't work and they come up short, that's not going to be the reason. That was going to be one of the reasons they even had a chance to come up short, if that makes sense. So. Yeah, it would be very nice if our team if my team even tried to make moves like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they did. They traded for Amari Cooper the first time in 2018, but why?
They gave him away for peanuts.
Why? And it's we have to maximize. I don't think we can get an Amari Cooper type player for a third round pick. I don't understand. That might be one of the reasons they are so hesitant to make trades. I don't know if it's just once the Cowboys get involved, the players, their value kind of goes up. You see, it's why if you look at any big name free agent, it's always the Cowboys are one of the teams they're linked to. But how many times does the trade actually get made for the Cowboys? Or
did they actually pull the trigger and sign somebody?
Well, it's because I don't think. It's they could have. They got a third round pick for Amari Cooper, but then Derry wasn't going to give up a second round pick for him again. 5 years or what year was that? 2018. It's 20. So 6. He wouldn't give up a second round pick 6 years after he gave up a first round pick for the exact same player.
I don't even know, to be honest. I mean, I'm not even sure if Amari would have even wanted to go back there because, the way things ended in Dallas, it wasn't on the greatest of terms.
Oh no, Jerry is insane. He has everyone's entitled to their own opinions, I guess. But the way I agree, the way he handled that situation was terrible.
Yeah.
I think his personal vendetta that they had against Amari Cooper was a lot more political than it needed to be. It was all COVID-19 vaccine related.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with vaccination. I think most people should be vaccinated, but I don't think because the long story short, the reason he's not on the team anymore is because he didn't want to be vaccinated. He didn't get vaccinated. He was out at a Mavericks game and ended up missing a game because he caught COVID.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I just. the way that whole situation ended, it seemed like Amari was done. It seemed like the Cowboys were done with him. They were done with each other. And I mean, like, and maybe that's why they ultimately only got peanuts back for him. Because at that point, if you're trading for a player who you know is disgruntled, and you know the team that currently has a player has no leverage, it's like, okay, like, bro, I'll give you it was a 5th round pick, right? That's what it was. So maybe that's part of the reason, because I didn't think about it like that before. But yeah, no, man. I mean, Amari Cooper to the Bills. I think that's a really good move for Josh Allen. I think we will find out soon that Amari Cooper does still have some of the surest hands in football.
I mean, I was actually very surprised with the way he's been playing this season.
Amari?
Yes, because as bad as Deshaun Watson has been, Amari Cooper absolutely leads the NFL in drops right now.
Yeah, no, but I'm sorry. I don't think Amari Cooper fell off a cliff. I think part of the reason it was like he was in Cleveland, a dying situation. Their quarterback is awful, right? And I mean, truth be told, man, I mean, when you know you're not playing for much, I can imagine like your lack of focus, right? Like that's a thing. Like, I mean, shoot, think about it for us as like regular people, right? Like we start to lose focus in regular life. Like things start to slip through the cracks, right? Whether it's at work, your personal life, relationships, whatever the case may be, right? So I can only imagine, Amari Cooper, man, being in Cleveland, knowing this team ain't going nowhere fast. I mean, I'm sure that could contribute to you dropping a few footballs here and there. But I do believe Amari Cooper will get back on track soon in Buffalo. But obviously, like, as we said, another big trade happened. Devontae Adams is a New York Jet. Mm-hmm. Your immediate reaction?
Oh, it was, of course. Like, that's where he went.
Yeah.
It does not surprising at all. If he was going to go reunite with Aaron Rodgers, right. I mean, that was almost a no-brainer. That was the destination he was going to end up in.
Is that where you like in your gut? That's where you thought he was going to end up?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like obviously, I wanted Jerry to make a move and him to become.
I didn't think that was going to happen. Like I said, but
I mean, that's why I knew it had slim chances, but it's like Jerry he made very seldom moves before it happens every once in a blue moon. So like I said, last trade was for a Coop in 2018, 6 years ago. So we might have been due for another one, but I was not. So I wasn't holding my breath for that. I knew
right.
if I was very under the impression that if he went anywhere, he'd be going to the Jets, just because of his relationship with Aaron Rodgers. That was the whole reason he ended up going to the Raiders in the first place. His relationship with Derek Carr.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising.
Right.
I think it's a great trade. I don't think.
Do you?
I mean, yeah. I don't think that receiver was like they were hurting for a new receiver.
No,
but
they weren't.
I do think they were hurting for better quarterback play and getting the quarterback his best friend,
his favorite target ever.
I mean, so I think it can only help them.
But see, I asked myself two questions, right? Like, one, are the Jets legit? Are they just a Devontae Adams away? Or
no, they're just better quarterback play away.
And see, you said that fair, but I also asked myself, like, or is this like, are the Jets just not very good right now?
No, I think they are. I think their defense is really good. They have decent weapons. I think they have weapons. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sit here and say Aaron Rodgers doesn't have weapons or didn't have weapons already. Like, you had Garrett Wilson, you already had a good number 2 in Mike Williams, but he barely sees the field for some reason. I don't know what that. He's washed. And
you think he's done?
That's a prime candidate for a guy who might be a Cowboy eventually.
I was gonna say, okay, so yeah, I don't know. You think Mike Williams is washed?
Absolutely.
Okay, I don't know. I think he put up 1,000 yards last year, didn't he? I don't know if I can say he's washed it. I just don't. Again, when it comes to playing with Aaron Rodgers, specifically as a wide receiver, it is going to be very apparent very early on. If he trusts you, he will get you the football. If he does not trust you, he's not sniffing your way. He's not looking your way at all. Right? So, do I think Devontae Adams is a good move? Yeah. Should it help them out? Yeah. But I don't know if you get a Devontae Adams and the Jets are just magically good, right? Like I truly don't feel that yet. I could be wrong, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, the Jets is just it is always something with the New York Jets. And I don't know if Devontae is going to come in and just boom, the Jets are good. We're going to the AFC Championship game. Blah blah blah. We're championship contenders. Like I don't know. I will admit, Aaron Rodgers. I feel like he needs to play. He needs to play a little bit better. He needs to start like trusting his receivers again. See, it's funny. You say Mike Williams is washed, but like I barely see him on the field. It's like I can't even say like if I've seen enough to say he's washed. You know what I'm saying?
I think it goes back to what we were talking about. Like I think the reason he's not on the field is because he's washed. You don't go get him from the Chargers and not play him if he's good enough to see the field when your team is struggling.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't. And okay, still in case the Jets O-line, I texted you about this. Your old man Tyron Smith, he is not looking good right now for the Jets. Their O-line as a whole is looking suspect right now. They can't run the football barely. Breece Hall, I mean, he's making plays out of nothing right now. So I don't know if Devontae Adams comes in and fixes that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, is it a good trade? Yeah. I love Amari to Buffalo way more than I love Devontae to the Jets. I also asked myself the question, like, if Devontae and Aaron Rodgers were going to do this, like, should they have just stayed in Green Bay? Because Green Bay, it's very evident Green Bay is fine sitting a future franchise quarterback for 6-7 years, right? They did it with Aaron Rodgers.
You know, I think both parties were ready to move on from, like, Devontae and Aaron were ready to get out of Green Bay, and Green Bay was ready to move on from him, start the next chapter. The Jordan Love era was ready.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, like,
because it wasn't even just because he also didn't he and LaFleur butt heads before he left him and Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but to be honest, I don't know. Here's my thing, right? Aaron Rodgers' whole thing with Green Bay was like, okay, like you drafted Jordan Love when you could have got me another weapon, whatever, fine. I get that, but like he eventually got over that and he won another MVP after that, right? And so it's like, okay, dude, like you know how Green Bay operates because they did it with you. You sat for 6-7 years before, Brett Favre decided to hang it up and the Packers said, all right, you know what? Nope, we're going all in on Aaron Rodgers, right? Like you went through that. So like, what that was going to happen with Jordan Love. But I mean, I hear what you're saying. Like Aaron Rodgers was done. Devontae was done apparently. You wanted to go play with your college QB and Derek Carr. That didn't work out because the Raiders said, nope, I'm good on that. And to be honest, I saw the Devontae trade happening. I didn't know where he was going to end up, but obviously the Jets were obviously going to be a team that was floated out there because of Aaron Rodgers, right? But I knew the moment they announced that Gardner Minshew was going to be the starter. I work with a Raiders fan, man. I told him immediately. I said, "Hey, watch." I said, "Don't be surprised when Devontae requests a trade." And fast forward a few weeks into the season, here we are, right? So. Devontae to the Jets, will it help? Yeah, I don't know if it'll fix everything though. Will it help? Yeah, but I don't know if it's gonna fix all their problems. Amari Cooper to the Bills though, I definitely love that. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to seeing him playing winning football again. Josh Allen having another number one wide receiver. That's gonna be fun, man. As long as Josh Allen continues to not turn the football over, the Bills they will always have a shot, right? Because he's one of those guys to me. That can lead their team all the way if given any opportunity. But also, since we're talking about the Jets and the Bills, you caught Monday Night Football, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your thoughts?
Aaron Rodgers, his offensive line is bad, and he just needs to play better.
Yeah, but it's hard to play better when you're running for your life.
I mean, yeah, but he's still. I just don't. I started it off with him. His offensive line is bad.
Yeah. I mean,
that's why I think they're.
But like,
I think if he was playing a little better, it would help. They could still be successful. Because I'm talking. I'm not talking about on the plays where they are breaking down. I'm talking about plays where he is dropping back, getting time to throw, and missing throw like the. There were passes that he just missed, and just wasn't on the same page with receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and that defense I think the defense is playing well.
Yeah, I mean they've had a good defense for the past few years. I mean the Jets. I think the most glaring thing for me, what I took away from last night was like the red zone offense or red zone efficiency. Excuse me. The Jets, they had like 4 red zone trips and they scored 1 touchdown. The Bills, they also had 4 red zone trips. They scored 3 touchdowns. Look, man, when you get in the red zone, you got to score. Like that's just point blank the end. You got to score touchdowns. You got to finish those drives. And the Jets, they're not capable of doing that right now. Like I said, for me, it was literally a lot of Aaron Rodgers. If Garrett Wilson wasn't there, he wasn't really throwing it for the most part. I mean, shoot, it was at one point. I don't know if you saw that one play. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Aaron Rodgers low key threw Garrett Wilson a hospital ball when he got hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a hospital ball, bro. Like Garrett Wilson, he got smacked by like 3 different dudes. Like you saw that coming a mile away. But Aaron Rodgers didn't look any other way. Literally didn't look any other way. But yeah, I didn't come away from that game thinking like the Bills were world beaters, but I didn't feel any better about the Jets though. What about you?
No, I feel like I don't know, the Bills, they're doing a lot better than I thought they would. But
They are, yeah, they absolutely are. And now, I mean, like I said, with getting Amari Cooper, they should probably take it up another notch, honestly. But okay, man, let's get into Detroit versus Dallas, man. What you watched the game, I watched the game. Your honest thoughts?
That was what I thought. No, we had no chance going into the game. I mean, I will say it. The reason, like, we had won the Steelers game, and I was hesitant to give either one of our coaches credit, and they showed me exactly why that was the right decision. They went right back to what the game plan we had in the Steelers game. The schemes we ran were completely different. We went right back to what we looked like against the Ravens and the Saints.
Yeah,
I don't know. Again, like I don't understand how they can possibly think this is going to be successful when the offense can't score, the defense can't get stops,
right?
And it's not even that players aren't even in position to believe. Like I've said before, if there were wide open receivers or they were just dropping the ball, or Dak wasn't seeing them, then that'd be one thing. But offensively, every single time Dak Prescott drops back to throw the ball, it's liable to be picked off. Simply because
it's liable to be picked off.
Simply because every receiver that he could possibly throw the ball to is straight, attached at the hip with the defender. Mm-hmm. So there's no
separation.
I think it said Jared Goff threw 14 passes. I can't remember the exact number. It was double-digit passes to wide open receivers that could be considered wide open.
Yeah,
had whopping 0 tight window throws. Mm-hmm. While every pass Dak throws is a tight window throw. So, I mean, it's not an ability thing. It's quite literally it's flat out solely a scheme thing. You can turn on, there's 32 NFL teams. Yeah. You can turn on 31 of them, point to any point in the game, and you'll see a couple of plays, at least, where some guys are getting wide open. It's not,
I hear you, but I will say, though, that the first interception he threw in the end zone,
scheme.
Yeah, but he was literally telegraphing that throw. Like, he looked CD's way the whole play.
There were 4 receivers over there. He was looking all over their way.
I'm talking about
the first interception in the red zone. There were 4 receivers over there. Jalen Tolbert, he was looking in the direction of Jalen Tolbert, CeeDee Lamb, and Jake Ferguson.
Okay,
they were all over there.
I need to rewatch that play.
Brian Branch was guarding Jalen Tolbert.
Right, and then he fell off, and then that's what I'm saying.
Because look where Jalen Tolbert was. He had zero opportunity to make a play on that play.
Right.
If he catches that ball, it's short of first down, and has absolutely there was no point. There was no reason for Brian Branch to even guard him.
Okay, and I'll go rewatch that specific play because all I physically remember seeing is CeeDee Lamb in the back of the end zone, and I remember watching Dak that whole play. Like, he's looking that direction. Maybe he's not looking at CeeDee the whole way, but he's looking that direction the whole way. He's telegraphing that throw. Brian Branch, you could have seen that a mile away.
That's where that was the direction all the receiver, all the receivers who ran routes, they were bunched up over there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and like I said, I'll go rewatch that. I just, like, in that specific case, whoever Dak was going to throw to, bro, he was telegraphing that throw all the way, in my opinion. But I mean, I do hear. You know what's funny? The guy you brought up, the Dez Bryant talent guy. Remember what Bryant?
He has the same number of catches as fumbles in the NFL.
Ryan, what's his name? Ryan Fournoy.
Yes.
Yeah, when Ryan Fournoy got his opportunity and he fumbled the ball, I thought of you immediately because I had no one else. I was like, oh, that's hilarious.
That's why he doesn't play. I don't think you are a career practice squad, career journeyman player if you're capable of playing, productive minutes on an NFL team. You would.
Yeah.
That's just. I think. Are there diamond in the roughs who just haven't got their shot? I guess, but
you don't think he's one of them?
No, I don't think. I think nobody's one of them except the two guys that got lucky.
Yeah, we know how you feel about this. Okay, so you chalk up all the issues the Cowboys had this past Sunday and like have had. You're chalking it up to scheme.
I think, like I said, the loss was inevitable. Whether they would have had to have a perfect scheme, have no mistakes, perfect game from everybody.
Right.
And the scheme is why it was 48-9, 47-9.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the scheme is what caused that. The loss was inevitable with the injuries and just the lack of talent we would have even fully healthy. But
so and like red zone woes, you chalking that up to scheme too, like just scheme.
I think the first interception.
Well, no, I'm not even just talking about like.
No, I'm saying that was the only time. That wasn't the only time we got in the red zone and didn't.
Well, yeah, but like I saw the stat. The Cowboys lead the league in red zone turnovers this season.
Yeah, that's inflated. We had one red zone turnover this game, and then we had three.
Well, it wasn't a crazy. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't a crazy
four,
number.
And three of them were in the game against the Steelers, which were, like I said, they were uncharacteristic in that game.
Yeah.
I mean, they followed up with another one. So I mean, one more game with red zone turnovers, and it's no longer.
Well, I mean, let's take the turnovers out of it, right? But y'all have not been able to finish drives in the red zone, right? That's fair.
No, that's what this game we didn't even get in the red zone.
Well, I'm just talking about like throughout the season so far.
No, we've been fine.
Your red zone efficiency, you feel like you've been fine?
Before the Steelers game, yes. Only because we weren't really getting in the red zone.
Okay. So you're saying because the Cowboys haven't gotten to the red zone that much, you feel like when they've gotten in, they've scored a decent amount?
Yes.
Like as in touchdowns?
Yes. Other than the Steelers game when we got to the red zone and had turnovers.
Okay.
The previous games, we rarely got to the end zone, but when we did, those were the drives we scored on.
Okay. Okay. So then I ask you at this point, is Mike McCarthy, like, where are you at with him?
Like I've been saying all season, I'm not giving him credit. I'm blaming him for these losses, but I'm not gonna just be completely sold out on him because I've been in this position before. He's been in this position before where he used the bye week to completely change things around. But what he benefited from last season was playing San Francisco, getting blown out, and then having the bye. So
you played Detroit and got blown out.
Played Detroit and got blown out and had the bye.
Right.
But now we have San Francisco. So you have the biggest boogeyman since you've been in Dallas.
Right.
As your pretty much one shot to show me that last season wasn't a fluke and you can recreate that in terms of turning the season around after the bye.
Right. So speaking of the bye, like what all do you need to see from the Dallas Cowboys to convince you that, like, okay, this season is not lost coming out of the bye? What do you need to see against San Francisco? What adjustments do you need to see?
I need our players to come back healthy. I need to see plays where players are wide open. Simple as that. I don't need to. If every completion we have is like, it's like that's everything seems so hard and like everything we do. We don't get anything easy. Nothing like where it's just that was just a great play call. Everything is straight up man on man. He beat his guy this play. Yeah, and that's not good enough to win. I need to see an offense that resembles what I'm seeing across the league. Mm-hmm. And if not, then that just tells me, if I see after the bye week see the same thing I've seen through 5 of the 6 games, or I guess
majority of the season,
majority of the season, then I'll know that there won't be any changes made, and they clearly don't really. In my opinion, when you do things like this, that shows me you're not trying to be successful. I don't know what they. Yeah. You can say like you're wanting to win, but I'm an actions person. You can say anything you want in a press conference, but what I see on the field is not even an attempt. Then that's what I'm going to take you for. So
no, I'm with you on that.
This will be a big. He'll have Mike McCarthy, the offense, Everett Dak, CD. They'll have 2 weeks to prepare for San Francisco to not make it 4 losses in a row, and. I mean, the entire season, this is a must win. I think.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Yeah.
And this is it's almost the. And again, I say it's only a must win because, like I said, I thought we were going to lose to the Lions, so I knew our record would be 3-3. But it's a must win in the sense that, well, I guess if we lose, but everything changes, and we just lose a good game, then I would say that wouldn't lose the season. But if we get blown out, the offense looks.
This is a statement game.
Then
this is a statement game.
Yeah, we have a chance to show that things, win or loss, that what we put on film and what we've shown through the first 6 games of the season isn't what's going to carry on for the rest of the games.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, it's funny because I saw. So I forgot who, but someone predicts that the Cowboys will win 5 games this year, and I don't know if I agree with that, but yeah, man, it seems like something is not right in the water up in Dallas, bro, and like you said, Mark McCarthy, Mike Zimmer, they got to figure it out. I know they have a lot of injuries on defense, but at that point, that's when good coaching comes into play, right?
Yep.
Hey, man, look, I mean, yeah, you're down Micah Parsons, you're down DeMarcus Lawrence. All right, so then what now? Right? What are you going to do to mitigate that? And you haven't seen it yet. Is the San Francisco game, is it in Dallas?
No.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, your saving grace on that one is that the 49ers have a lot of injuries too, and they haven't looked right all season either. So.
I guarantee you Christian McCaffrey will be back from...
Do you think he'll play? I don't even know. To be honest, I really don't know if Christian McCaffrey's going to play this year.
I don't think he'll miss all year.
Here's the thing with Achilles, man. Those things are always tricky, and I'm not. Listen, I'm not going to risk losing him for 2 seasons. Me personally.
I mean, you know why he got hurt, right?
No, what was it? Not in practice?
No, it's because I drafted him on my fantasy team. Year after year, that is the sole reason I've never drafted him because of his.
Has that happened to you before with him?
No. I see it happen to everyone else, and I'm like, oh, not me. And that's
you
the reason.
Him?
Drafted him once because I was like, well, he played all year last year, number 1 running back.
Yeah,
hasn't touched the field.
I don't think he will this season. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think he will. Oh, also speaking of injuries, real quick, prayers up for Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh, absolutely.
That play I didn't even see the replay. I didn't need to see the replay.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah, that is crazy.
No, yeah, definitely.
That's crazy. Praise up to him and his family, man. I heard the surgery went well up in Dallas. Yep. The Lions also, man.
Definitely praying for a speedy recovery.
Right, absolutely. The Lions, in my opinion, they probably lost their best overall player So that's definitely gonna hurt them moving forward. But yeah, no, prayers up to Aiden Hutchinson, man. You hate to see players go down like that with gruesome injuries. So wishing a speedy recovery for him. Hopefully he'll be able to come back next season at some point. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, with Dallas, man, I guess we'll really see, right? Mike McCarthy's been described as archaic when it comes to his offenses before. We said it time and time again, and we'll see how long Jerry Jones wants to come out here with an archaic offense. Let me add you something, just play along with me for a second. Let's say Mike McCarthy, let's say the season doesn't get better, the offensive issues persist, and again, he doesn't have a contract extension as of right now, so he's playing for a new contract, or he's coaching for a new contract this year, right? If he does not come back, do you have a wish list, or anybody in mind, that you'd want them to look at it as a head coach?
Anybody with the last name Shanahan or Kubiak.
Okay.
We just played him, the Lions offensive coordinator.
Oh, hey. I know you saw what I put in the notes. Calm down.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson.
That's what.
Hey, I'm going to say it right now. Ben Johnson would look great in Kelly Green.
Y'all can have Bill Belichick.
No, y'all can have. That's the name that's floating around with y'all.
No.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Guys.
No, he's floating around with y'all too. No. He's floating around with y'all too. I heard it.
That's what I'm telling you. Everybody gets floated around with us just because that's what's going to drive clicks. Bill and Jerry would never get along.
I don't disagree with you.
And Bill and Jerry literally play the same role. They're the same guy.
Yeah, right.
Just
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with you, but. No, Bill Belichick, you can stay away from me with that. But thank you for bringing that up, my point about Ben Johnson. Yeah, let me give him this right now. I'm going to say this right now. I'm looking in the camera when I'm saying this too. Nick Sirianni is a joke. He is a joke, dog. You know what I thought of when I saw him? Because he shaved his head. Did you see that?
Yeah, I don't like him.
Do you know what I thought of when I saw him come out here with a shaved head? I thought of the movie Fight Club. Have you seen Fight Club?
Yeah, I thought that's what you were going to say.
Did you? I thought of Fight Club because he shaved his head in the movie when he knew it was over, and it was just you know what, it's over. I got to do something, right. I got to end on some crazy note, whatever.
Yeah. That's
immediately what I thought of. Immediately, this dude come out here, offense still looking flat, even with A.J. Brown back, even with Devontae Smith back, even with Saquon Barkley back there, we still came out flat. Now, granted, we picked it up, but dude, man, we should have won that game so much more decisively, so much more decisively. And Kellen Moore, what did Saquon Barkley do to you, bro? Because it literally feels like he's not even a focal point of the offense. It literally feels like that.
I don't get it.
It literally he had 15 carries, bro. Saquon Barkley should get at least 25 touches a game.
Right.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I'm done with Nick Sirianni. That clown wanted. Dude, you want to get into it with fans after the game like that? Are you serious? And then you want to apologize talking about that's on me. I need to focus on coaching the players, motivating the players, and keeping my passion for good energy and all that. That's what he said. But I'm just dude, I'm done with this, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm a passionate person. I'm here for people expressing themselves. But number one, you're the head coach, right? You got to set the tone. You got to set the standard. And that's not it. You don't see. Granted, you see players doing that sometimes, but I can take it from players, bro. I can't take it from the head coach. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm done with Nick Sirianni. I said it. I'm done. Ben Johnson, you would look great in Kelly Green. Okay, I literally love watching. To me, the Lions have the best offense in football right now. They had They literally can run the ball at will. They can throw it at will. They can pick your poison. It's literally pick your poison with them. You want to stack the box? Cool. We'll start throwing it all over the field on you. You want to give us a light box? You want to keep two high safeties? Oh, cool. I'll hand it off to David Montgomery. I'll let Jahmyr Gibbs get some too. What's good?
I think they have the best skill positions in the league.
I think right, but like I think like.
And they use them most effectively.
Exactly. Thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth. Ben Johnson gets everybody the football. Kellen Moore, why can't you give everybody the football, dude? Nick Sirianni, why aren't you talking to him about this? That's why I don't understand. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. We got Jared Goff out here, and I'm not saying this is disrespect to him at all. I think Jared Goff is a really good quarterback. We got Jared Goff out here looking like a maestro. Just wheeling and dealing.
Literally.
Wheeling and dealing. He got a two-headed monster at running back. He got a speed threat. He got a deep field threat whenever he wants. And Jameson Williams, who, by the way, is looking like, I mean, he's developing as a route runner too, right? So look out. It's not just going to be go routes with him.
Has a clear number one receiver.
Go-to target in Amon-Ra St. Brown. Has a clear number one tight end in Sam Laporta.
They're not even using him like that this season, actually.
Right. I mean, I think slowly but surely, I think he's just having a slow start. But you got one of the best O-lines in football. Dude, again, you got David Montgomery back there. I think he's a very underrated running back. Ben Johnson is and again, it's not like no one would sit here and say the Lions have Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's not the best wide receiver in football. He's one of them, but he's not the best, right? Sam Laporta, he's one of the best tight ends, but he's not the best. David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, they're not one of the best running backs, but they are one of the top probably the top running back tandem in the league, right?
Yeah.
They don't have the number one player at any position. But they have top guys, and Ben Johnson knows how to get them the football. He schemes them open, or he schemes up ways to get them the football. Kellen Moore, why can't you do that, dog? I don't understand it. And if you're Nick Sirianni, I just bro, we've had this issue all season, right? You got Saquon Barkley back there, and it's looking like you don't even recognize you got an all-pro running back there. You got a running back who led the league in rushing yards up until this week, actually. Derrick Henry just took him over.
He's still definitely. I'm pretty sure he's still leading in yards per carry.
Right. Dude, I don't understand it. And Ben Johnson, please come to Philly. I'm done with Nick Sirianni, bro. It would have to be a drastic turnaround, bro. I can't take him seriously. I literally tune him out in his press conferences now. I literally tune him out. Now I will say this though, defensively though, I really liked what I saw from Cooper DeJean. He looked so good, and I said it too. I said I need him to start, and he got his first start, and he looked so good at the nickel. So good, bro. He was all over the field. Let me also say this. Nolan Smith needs to be the full-time starter. He needs to take Bryce Huff's spot right now. Bryce Huff, I'm done with you too, dog. You can go to a dinner, movie, show. I don't care. Go to Cabo for all I care. I'm done. Nolan Smith needs to be the full-time starter opposite of Josh Sweat. Period. Point blank. The end. Period. Point blank. The end.
So how are your overall feelings leaving the game for the rest, going on for the season?
You saw what I put in the notes, man. It was a win, but I'm not convinced by any stretch that we're world beaters right now. I don't see enough consistency and continuity on offense. Defense, we always have our moments, but it's we just can't. The Saints game was the one game where we put it all together for the most part, but I haven't seen that since. I didn't see it before, and I haven't seen it since. We have got to figure it out, man. And I'm saying we at this point because I don't trust Nick Sirianni to do it. I'm saying we as fans, we as Vic Fangio, Kellen Moore, I'm still holding out hope for you to figure it out, dog. We have got to figure it out. We should be light years ahead of where we're at, and it doesn't make sense as to why we're not. And the only thing I can think of and look at immediately is the man up top. All right, because me personally, that's the type of person I am. I'll always look up top, right? if you are not leading your ship right, if you are not leading your team right, they're gonna underperform. It don't matter who you got back there, right? So I'm done with Nick Sirianni, bro. I can't. I'm done. He's a joke, bro. He's legit a joke. This guy want to yell at fans and stuff, but it's like, dude, like you haven't even you have literally coached below expectations for the past 3 years.
True.
You've had teams and you failed to get it done. Like, yeah, last year, sure, if you want to quote unquote give him a pass because we had Brian Johnson shouldn't have been the offensive coordinator in the first place. We had Sean Desai, first time defensive coordinator calling plays. Sure, give him a pass for that. What about this year, dog? You got Kellen Moore, you got Vic Fangio, and yet we still can't. We still can't figure it out. I'm sorry, I can't, man. Like, yeah, a win is a win, and I'm glad we got the win. But I'm not sitting there. I'm like, oh my god, like, yeah, we figured it out. We're back. No, like I'm sitting there thinking to myself, dude, if we don't figure this out, we might lose to the Giants. I'm so serious.
That's who y'all play this week?
That's who we play this week. And I mean, shoot, did you watch that game?
No.
Yeah, if y'all recall last episode, we got into a heated debate.
I know the Giants lost.
The Giants did lose, but I'm gonna say this: they literally, Lando. I'm not joking. They could have won the game. You know what I think? I'm not gonna lie. The Giants. I think the Giants are the most unlucky team in the league. On the Bengals' last drive, right? Chase Brown, their running back, he fumbled. He fumbled the football, right? The Giants had 2 chances to recover it, couldn't get to it. Just couldn't get to it, bro. I think the Giants are unlucky. They could have won that game.
What was the final score?
Oh my god, I don't even remember. It wasn't like crazy. I can't even see. I gotta look it up now because I can't even remember it. I'm telling you though, they could have won that game. They absolutely could have won that game, and it's sad because I don't know. Don't get me wrong. They need a new quarterback because Dan Jones he's not it. But hold on, let me see. Dude, it was 17-7. But like legit, when I tell you, the Giants, they had 2 missed field goals, and then they missed the opportunity to recover the football, to get the ball back and score. It's the Giants are unlucky, man. I'm sorry. If you're a Giants fan, I'm sorry. Legit, I hope y'all find a quarterback and figure it out one day.
I'm not sorry. I hate them.
Yeah, I know. You know, I've been meaning to ask you. I mean, do you hate us? That are the Eagles the team you despise the most, like in all sports?
It is the Eagles, and then I mean, they're like connected to y'all's back. The Giants and the Commanders.
Okay, so you just yeah. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, it's funny. Don't get me wrong. Like, I can't stand Dallas. Like it is what it is. I can't stand y'all, but nothing, and I mean nothing, will come close to the disdain I have for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Yeah, obviously, right. Being from Michigan, I'm a Michigan fan. Go Blue all day. I was just thinking about that the other day because you know what it was. Saturday night, I was watching. Oregon was playing Ohio State. And boy, when I tell you I was rooting so loudly for Oregon, man. And shout out to Oregon because they gave me a perfect Saturday. They gave me a perfect Saturday because they gave Ohio State a L. I can't stand dude. Like when I have kids, right? I can tolerate my sons or my kids, whatever, whoever. I can tolerate them growing up to be a Cowboys fan. I'm telling you right now, there is no way they will even contemplate the thought of being an Ohio State Buckeyes fan.
No, that's how I feel about my kid being an Eagles fan. I think people are weird when I've met people who'll be like, oh, my parent was this, so I'm going to be the exact opposite. I think that's so weird. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't understand.
I mean, like you want to like branch out. You don't want to just hop on the bandwagon of your.
I don't understand that. Like, why would I see my dad rooting for a team, being happy, and then I'm being like, oh, I'm gonna go against you.
Has your dad been happy? Have you seen your dad being happy?
Yeah,
rooting for a Cowboy, being a Cowboys fan.
I mean, it's not like because I'm just saying like just week in week out. I'm seeing him like whether he's happy or like no, I'm seeing him root and cheer for a specific team.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I want to go for the team that makes you feel the opposite of that.
Oh, I see. If that's the reason and the intent, then yeah, that's weird. I think for me personally, like, when I have kids, I just want them to grow up and watch me like be passionate about like my teams and like you I mean, obviously I'd love for you to become a Michigan Wolverines fan, an Eagles fan, a Bulls fan, all that jazz, but like you don't have to. You just like, hey, pick a team and stick with it, right?
Oh, yeah. If it's just like their own team they find in this random, but it's like if you pick the direct rival of the team your parent
that's
likes,
weird. That's weird. Like,
weird to me.
Dude, my kids won't think like that because that's crazy.
Yeah.
I wish you would tell me, oh, I'm a Buckeye. What? Like, dude, I'm telling you, I can live with Cowboys fans. I can't live with a Buckeye. All right, I can't stand. I can't stand them. I cannot stand them. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, I wonder what he thinks about.
No, yeah, my like least liked franchise, definitely the Eagles, and then right behind the Commanders and Giants are tied. Right, but then even outside the division, I'd put the Packers and the 49ers.
I knew the 49ers were going to be up
there in a category of teams that I just hate. Yeah, and will always root against. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not a single AFC team I care about. Because for me, hating another team, it really only matters how your success affects the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. An AFC team almost has no
until you reach the Super Bowl.
Until you reach the Super Bowl, or like you're playing against the Cowboys in the regular season. Right. So, like 9 times out of 10, if it's the AFC team playing against the NFC team, especially the AFC team against the NFC East team, I'm definitely rooting for them. Right. It's really just, our division, the Packers, and the 49ers. So I'm like, actually, side note, I would, not a side note, but just like, this is a team that's trying to creep their way in, the Houston Texans. They are an AFC team.
Is this because they're the other Texas team?
It's partially? Because part of the it's connected because like part of the reason I hate the Eagles more than the other two teams is because 2016 basically like right around high school is when I started, because like I said, I was a Cowboys fan because my dad was a Cowboys fan, so watching the team as I was growing up, I would watch them and that was my team, but I didn't really get into football myself until I really wanted, like, let me see. I don't remember when I got as like passionate. Like when I feel like when I finally got like passionate to where I'm arguing with my friends. Right. I'm the sportsman I am today. Now I think that started around like 2018. So at the time, one of my coworkers was an Eagles fan, and so the amount of times we argued Dak Prescott versus Carson Wentz, Cowboys versus Eagles. It just drove that hatred up so much more. And right now, 2 of my best friends are Houston Texans. In this group of friends, there's 4 of us. 2 of them are Houston Texans fans, and one of them has no knowledge about football, but knows how passionate I am. So likes to like just mess with me and like play along with that when they're talking mess about me, like Houston Texans, they're being better than us right now, or like just talking mess. He loves to just like chime in and throw little tidbits in, which makes me even more mad.
I feel you.
When I respect their opinions when it comes to football, and we can have conversations about it, because I know they actually watch football. They're actually Texans fans. Yeah. They know what they're talking about. When it comes from him, it just makes me so, because it's like you're just saying it to say it. Yeah, you're just saying it to piss me off. Literally. So that is that's amplified my
Texan hatred.
My disdain for the Houston Texans in the last few years. So, like I said, they're a team creeping their way into that category.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Okay, noted. Texans. I mean, I think the thing is too now it's going to be because the Texans are like they're on the come up, right? They're the young and rising team. The Cowboys, they're kind of faltering right now, so it could definitely be a thing of like, oh, who's the best Texas team? And it's like, is it Houston? Is it Dallas? All that jazz. But essentially, I mean, you brought up other divisions. I kind of wanted to check in with you. Where do you right now? Because you said heading into the season, you believe the AFC East was the best division in football.
Yeah, that was wrong. Well.
Well, I mean, mid-season check-in.
I knew. I thought the Bills would be one of the weaker teams, and
right.
I thought so.
Didn't you say you had Miami winning that division?
I might have, but in terms of success, like right now, I thought the Jets and the Bills.
Oh no, you had the Jets. I think you had the Jets.
Yeah, I thought their success would be flipped right now, and the Dolphins would be just in the mix of that. But with Tua going down, obviously, that takes away, because I think for most divisions we'll have like one good team, obviously. Yeah. And then to make them the better, like one of the best divisions, you got to have most likely two good teams and arguably like a third team who's still like kind of contending. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I thought the AFC East would be. Right. But they haven't been, obviously. We're 6 games into the season. The Bills are by far the best team in that division. The Dolphins are hurt, and the Jets, made the trade hoping to look better, but haven't as of now. Right. But I think the best division as of now is. Oh, what were you gonna say?
No. Well, I think we're probably gonna say. Well, what are you gonna say? Because we're probably gonna say the same thing.
The AFC North.
I'm gonna go NFC North. That's fascinating because I said the AFC North as my. Didn't I say that as my best division?
I think I'd agree with the NFC North.
They literally have the most wins by division right now, and like all their teams are looking pretty good.
True.
You know what I'm saying? They have arguably. Well, to me, it's not even arguably right now. They have the 2 top teams in the NFC right now, right? Detroit and Minnesota. You get Chicago; they're starting to figure it out. Green Bay, they're looking really good. Yeah, because I said the AFC North heading into the year. Cleveland is just, I still need to see more personally from the Steelers offense before I'm, sold on them. But obviously they have a great defense. Mike Tomlin doesn't lose. Baltimore, they look unstoppable right now. Mm-hmm. Cincy, they may be figuring it out. We'll see. But no, yeah, dude, the NFC North, they're crazy right now.
Yeah, they're definitely. I think the AFC North is a pretty good division, but yeah, when you look at it team by team, the NFC North is definitely
top to bottom, dude. They're coming.
Because I think the Packers are losing the division right now, and they're 4-2. They're last place in the division.
Yeah, no, literally, I think it's 5-1, 4-2. I think it's
5-0, 6 because the Vikings are undefeated.
Right. Yeah, 5-0, 5-1, 4-2, 4-2. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, and God, I guess some people on paper could have expected that heading into the season.
Well, no, not from the Vikings. Nobody
thought. Yeah, nobody thought Sam Darnold was going to come out here and just say, you know what, I'm here now. I've arrived. I'm 27. I finally arrived.
I'm still calling pretenders, but.
Still?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting harder for me to not believe in them every week, man. To be real, like...
This will be a very good... They play the Lions.
Yeah, that's the game. This is going to be the game, right? This is going to be the game we figure it out. This is going to be the game we figure it out. Because, to be honest, I don't know, man. Every time I watch Minnesota, man, they just keep gaining momentum. Detroit, they're looking really good, obviously, but again, they did lose their best player in Aiden Hutchinson, so we're going to see how much of a step back that does to them on defense, because they lost Marcus Davenport, who they signed to a 1-year deal, so they're looking kind of thin on the edge right there. You know what? You know who I thought about when Aiden went down and all these trades going down today, who I thought Detroit might make a move for?
Max Crosby.
No, I don't think the Raiders will give him up. That'd be crazy. No, actually, I thought of Hassan Reddick because I mean,
he's just out there.
He's literally out there.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally out there, and I saw a report earlier because he got new representation, and the Jets are giving him like a small window to explore deal.
I did see that his agent dropped him, and so yeah, he had to get a new one.
Is that what happened? Did his agent drop him?
Mm-hmm.
I heard he fired his agent.
Right. I mean, I don't know what.
Yeah,
I just saw reports.
Right. No, so I thought of Hassan Reddick. I mean, that'd be a great move if they can. I mean, the thing is, the man wants a contract. The man wants a contract, and I guess I don't even know what the Jets offered him at this point. But, no, yeah, that's what I thought of. But yeah, no, man, the NFC North, they are stacked right now, and I don't want to play. I definitely don't want to play Minnesota right now. I don't want to play Detroit. I don't want to sniff Detroit. The Bears are looking like they're figuring it out. Caleb Williams just threw for 4 touchdowns. And, Green Bay, I mean, I'm not like I like Jordan Love, but I don't love Jordan Love yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
I like him, but I don't love him yet. Me personally, I think paying him that deal was a little bit early, but we'll see. But okay, yeah, no, so just to recap, you need to see better scheming offensively for the Cowboys.
Coming out of the bye. Absolutely. Absolutely. Better scheme, and it starts there. If you implement the better scheme and then the players can't execute, the Dak's not seeing the open receivers you're scheming, or if he is, they're dropping it, or he sees them, he's overthrowing them, and then we'll have conversations about that. But until then, you got to get to that.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing it. And oh my goodness, I'm so mad I waited all episode to say this.
What's up?
Not only did they go back, like I said, they had played the Steelers game, played a good game. I was hesitant to give them credit because it was one game I wanted to see if they can continue it. They did not. They went right back to what I saw in the games before that, and it's just a coaching matter. Now this is where I will blame the coaching.
Okay.
Not for the personnel, not for the team building aspect of your personnel, but once that team is built, if you have better players, then it's his job to play the better players that the team.
Mike McCarthy.
Like once Jerry builds the team, obviously if the best players you have aren't good enough, then that's his fault. But if you have better players that aren't playing that are better than the players you have, then that is your fault.
Right.
Rico Dowdle having the best game of his career, and then getting out touched by Zeke.
Yep. Yeah.
It's coaching malpractice. I knew this would be our first episode with video, and I had been planning since we started this idea was even a thing. I had planned on wearing my Dak jersey to start the show off, but I decided, and after that game, I decided to come in my Zeke jersey just to tell him thank you. We loved everything you did for us, but it is time, my brother. You're not the same running back you were. I'm getting 20. I don't remember what year it was. 2020 maybe, 2021, whatever. Jason Witten's last year as a Cowboy is what you're doing right now. You're hurting the team. There's players younger than you who are better than you, honest, just to be bluntly honest at this point in your career.
Right.
And for Mike McCarthy to decide to even put him in that position to do that when he's not good enough, that is his fault.
That's coaching malpractice.
I don't remember what the specific numbers of the number of carries were for each. I know Zeke had less carries, or Zeke had more carries
than Rico,
and less yards than Rico.
Yeah, I feel like I barely saw Rico last game. Truth be told,
I think he had 4 carries for 37 yards, or some 3 for 30. I don't remember what it was, but he played a decent game following the best game of his career in very limited touches, and Zeke gave us no shot.
And y'all picked him over Derrick Henry.
Not even we picked him over Derrick Henry.
You didn't even.
Yeah, they according to them, they could have never afforded Derrick Henry.
Do you believe that though?
No, that's a straight up lie.
Right.
It's not even like that is something you can fact check and see is just not the truth.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like y'all, man, they spun the block back, bro.
Which is why Jerry Jones and I've always, because sports journalism is my goal. That's something I want to pursue as a career.
Yeah, and
I've always maintained the fact that if I was ever to work for the Dallas Cowboys, I would ask Jerry questions that, like, the answers Jerry gives, I wouldn't just be okay with that.
Yeah, you get pushback.
He was asking, I want 105 through the fan. They did that today, and I mean, we see why most people didn't. I'll get to it, but I want to, like, specifically just to give an example of some, like, follow questions. They asked Jerry after this game if he thought that this team, as it's currently constructed, is good enough to make a push in the playoffs.
And he said
yes. They followed that up with, well, Jerry, what makes you think that? Because clearly what we're seeing on the field shouldn't make it.
Right. This is not it.
His response to that was, I just do. Oh, no, Jerry. No, stop. Time out. That's not good enough. No. What do you mean you just do? Right. Your vibes and aura feeling doesn't translate to wins on the football field.
You know what I hear when I hear that? I think of like when we were kids, right? And like your parents would say, like, because I said so.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Exactly.
Like, because I'm the adult. Like, what does that mean?
Exactly.
What does that mean?
And then when you're in the position of power, you are the dictator, whether you're the parent of the household or the owner of the franchise.
Yeah.
Then you feel that you can say that, and you have the authority to not explain yourself. And when you're asked to explain yourself, you feel disrespected and you feel slighted, which is why today,
that's crazy.
Which is why today on 105 Through the Fan, when I remember one of our first episodes, you were saying how Jerry has a show. He doesn't have a show. He does a weekly interview. He has an appearance,
yeah.
He does a week, and then his weekly interview today. I don't know what the exact questions were, what the follow-up questions were. Long story short, the interview ended with Jerry dang near threatening to fire the entire staff on air. So, I mean, that's work. You need to know, bro. That's what he needs. He needs to be challenged
held to the fire. His feet need to be held to the fire.
He needs to be held accountable for these things, and not just because he is in charge and you're scared to lose your job, which I understand. He wants somebody has it like that is your livelihood, so you don't want to lose your job. But at the same time, I think there's an integrity factor when it comes to journalism that you have to
maintain.
Exactly, like you have to uphold it and maintain it.
You gotta ask the tough questions.
And I think that people, the media around Jerry is starting to come around, and I'm very happy about it.
That's good.
I want these questions to be filed. I want him to fail.
We want pushback, bro. Ask the questions, and you know what? Jerry Jones, Nick Sirianni, whoever it is, they are more than welcome to say no comment or whatever, or give horrible answers. If they do, that's putting them in a bad corner. That ain't got nothing to do with you or us asking those, right? Like,
right?
No, ask the tough question. Give the pushback. Don't just tell me because what? What do you see that makes you believe this team can make the playoffs?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? On that note, though, I do have one thing to say to Jerry Jones. You ready for this?
Okay.
Happy birthday, Jerry.
Oh, it was his birthday.
That was a heck of a birthday present, wasn't it?
I was happy about it. I guess what I
said. He said I was happy about it.
I wasn't happy about it. I'll never be happy with the Cowboys loss, but
no, yeah.
I knew we were going to lose, Jerry. And so knowing we were going to lose, that was something that it should have been
a wake-up call.
Yeah, something that should hurt Jerry.
But do you think it was?
No. It was the stadium was sold out. He could care less what happened after that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But hey, on that note, this is episode 7 of Birds at the Rodeo podcast. I'm Eric, your residential Eagles fan.
I'm Orlando, the resident Cowboys fan.
And this is Birds at the Rodeo. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please.
Turn on that notification bell on YouTube.
Turn on that notification bell on YouTube. We're coming. TikTok, we're coming. Again, this is the first episode, which we have audio and visual. So be on the lookout for that. Episodes will be uploaded weekly. Audio will be uploaded every Thursday. We haven't figured out the schedule yet for the videos, for the visuals, but as soon as we do, we'll let you guys know. And hey, man, again, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Please give us any feedback you have at all. We're here for the conversation. We're here for hearing what you got to say.
Absolutely.
Like I said, this is a platform. This is a podcast where we speak our piece. We want y'all to speak your piece, and we can just all come together and agree to disagree, because that's ultimately what's happening here, right? For the most part. But hey, man, again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. On my end, again, thank you.
I'll say one more thing. We said, this was our first episode with the
visual,
the video side of things.
Yeah.
So there were a little bit of technical difficulties.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
We're still learning. We're still growing.
Yep.
And we're still working things out. So bear with us and keep up your support, and we'll have things ironed out for you guys.
We will. Excuse me. Like Lando said, man, hey, we're just continuing to grow and build, and we're just maintaining, man. Consistency is key. We're going 7 weeks strong with this thing, and we got a lot more coming. All right, we have a lot to say each and every week. I got a lot to say each and every day, and I know you do too. So, Hey, man, just stick with us, man. We're coming, man. Birds of the Rodeo. Stay tuned.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Peace.
Later.